Hey everyone, in this video we're gonna be breaking down the following typical themes of the Caro Kann. In the first game, I'm gonna be showing you a super fresh sideline that you can use against the Panov attack. Next up, we will be dealing with a heavy theoretical line from the advanced variation. After that, we will be annihilating the knight g3 sideline by going for the fianchetto. And at the end of the video, we will be facing the exchange variation. Okay, facing a 2100 opponent. We're gonna be trying out the Caro Kann. We see knight f3 and the exchange variation. Maybe he'll combine it with like knight e5. That would be the ambitious way of playing it, but it looks like we're getting back into the Panov attack. And I'm gonna be doing my little sideline here with a6. This is gonna be featured in one of my upcoming courses on the Blackburn Gambit. So after a d6, people can still play d4 and get back into the Caro Kann. I'm gonna be breaking down this line there. Okay, white goes c5. So I think yes, this line is nice to play g6, bishop g7, and castle with knight e4. But we need to make sure that we're getting in some kind of knight e4 or like bishop g4. It's like, for example, if they go bishop d3, bishop g7, h3, I think we can pretty much remain without counterplay. So we'll need to have one of those moves in reserve. So like if they go h3 now, knight e4 is gonna be amazing, and bishop d3, I think bishop g4 is doable, and this is big threat, and pawn on d4 drops, so I think black should be doing quite well already. c5 is like a common move. By the way, point of a6 is like, let's say, to give you an example line, cd knight d5. So yeah, here bishop c4, as I was saying, bishop e6 is strong, and now on queen b3, knight a5 is a good move. And you see that with a6 on the board, if they go for the check, we'll have b5 as a move. So it's a little bit of a subtle difference, I know, but it's a pretty useful move to have. Opponent goes bishop b1 now, though, defending, but we could still take on f3, and he has to take with the g-pawn, which is a pretty terrible positional concession that he'll have to make. I think we should go for it. And then we could even go more aggressive, like knight h5 is a move, hitting pawn on d4 and the f4 bishop, kind of forcing bishop e3. I think I like it, and on bishop e3 there's e5, and after the d4 wins a piece, so it has to play knight e2, but then we can take and open up the position, which looks amazing. So I think black is just close to winning already. We haven't even passed the 15 moves mark, which is, yeah, pretty nice, because a lot of people are wondering if you can still like play for a win with the Caro Kann, and that has always been a funny topic. Like, it's only Sicilian to play for a win, right? But it was only Sicilian. Okay, just gonna go for the simplest, and again, probably simplest, take and rook e8. And like on king f1, I think this is pretty Meireng, like looks Meireng. So line goes bishop g7, queen h3, king g1, and I'm wondering if we can mate. They've got like queen f1, but there's like knight e2, winning the queen, which generally is a good sign. I don't think we need to go more in depth with that. Yeah, check while he moved king g1, and just the knight to f4 seems to seal the deal. Queen f1, but then knight e2, forcing him to give up the queen, and yeah, he can try to save the bishop, but he's still completely lost. Yeah, bishop d4 I'm expecting, but just gonna double up. His problem is that he's never gonna get this rook into the game, so okay, bishop e3, just rook e3 and queen f3 with mate. Otherwise rook e1 is gonna happen. And if bishop c3, d4 wins. Yeah, deflecting the bishop so we can get rook e1. There were other winning moves as well. So okay, could just be taking. Could also play rook e5, rook g5. So rook e5, f4. What is like the smoothest win? I guess queen f3 is like simplest. Plays rook f1, and Then this is mate. And we do see resignation. Alright, I think that was a pretty smooth game. Can we run like a game report? I'd be curious what it was. That was like pretty nice actually. Was a pretty precise game. Like not sure if I can show you, like here it was. 95. Great job. Based on this game, I have some training suggestions. I'll need to contact them later for that. And let's try out the Caro Kann. Okay, d4, d5. We see the advance. Let's go e6. And we get more into the main lines right now. So you see once we get into like the 2100-ish, they're starting to play more of like mainline stuff. So on bishop e3, I'll just play the Erwin Lamy line with queen b6. Yeah, it has like really a lot of move by move stuff in it, but that's kind of how these lines go in the Caro. Like you have to memorize this to make a first draw, or you get slightly suffering positions by playing other setups. Okay, knight c3. I'm already trying to remember what I was supposed to do. So like queen b2, I'm pretty sure they have queen b1. I think I'll start this way. And after castle, queen b2, queen e1, I think that's how the line goes. Then we play c4 or something. Yeah, I think that's it. And like knight b5, we have c4 and knight c7, king d8, knight a8, and bishop c2, and all those crazy lines. And now on queen e1, we're supposed to take, and now they take with a bishop. I think, yeah, and now it was knight takes bishop b4. And this is like a lot of theory, and I think I'm supposed to take with a bishop, or maybe, yeah, I think queen takes, they've got rook b4. That is kind of annoying. So yeah, it's bishop c3, rook b2, bishop e1, and then b6, something like that. Now b6 and knight takes on f5. They can even go check, and I play king f8. This is a lot of theory. I studied this line at some point from Erwin Lamy's course, but hard to remember. But so far, I mean, we've got into the endgame, which is like pretty safe. And there's an idea that we play with g5, I can remember. King f8. e6, maybe g5 then. Okay, rook b3, I still remember, pretty sure this is theory. And now I think it was like maybe g5, rook c3 and king g7, rook c7. Was that it? Maybe not there. Maybe against this one there's also like h5 in some positions. Okay, knight e7. He may try to do this. Yeah, rook c3. I don't remember here if it was rook c8 or not. I don't know, I wouldn't really allow him to infiltrate honestly, but maybe that's how I'm supposed to play. I'll just play the natural move though, and if that's bad, okay, we'll check it later. We can trade. Wanted knight e7. He's got maybe c4 as a problem. Yikes. Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, that is suffering now. Still, I can try this and g5. It's very close. I mean, one step wrong and you're kind of doomed. But I mean, if you remember it, you have easy draw. That's pretty much how the storyline is in these lines. Yeah, so do we take on e5 or start? Okay, king g7, e6. So we kind of have to take, but he's got like our pawn on b7, which, yeah, looks winning for him. Maybe we still have resources with rook c8. But yeah, I mean, the good thing is if you're playing the Caro Kann as a beginner, you'll never really get into these lines until 2100s. And I think we're kind of unlucky because we're playing against a very well prepared opponent. By the way, quick check. Okay, this seems like a normal person. But like normally people are not so incredibly well booked up like my opponent is. I think rook c8 and still maybe decent drawing chances. Although I missed bishop a6. Yeah, that could be a problem because if I play rook c7 he has rook b4. I think he manages to... Okay, on bishop a6 I'll try rook d8. Still I think he should have probably a win somehow, but not so simple. Still have some activity. Wait. What is he doing? Because like if he takes, that's a dead draw. And I think we might have equalized now after he allowed me to take the pawn, and this is big frat to trade everything off. Okay, let's do knight a3. Bishop f1 and maybe rook c2. Trying to win the pawn immediately. Rook d5, there's okay, king f6 rook, king f6 rook f5, that could be a problem. Oh, it's not because it's defended. Rook is defended, yeah. Can we play this one for a win? I think we can go for the win. And check, I go f6. Although maybe that's not so clever. Has bishop d3 and he's safe, no? Knight c2. Okay, now we can play this one out because knight e1 is a threat. And if we get to play descent games, it's pretty risk-free and we can press. Okay, knight e1. Isn't this lost? Might be lost now. Like knight f3 coming. Wait, this has to be a mate, yeah, with knight f3. Funny. We've got a checkmate. Let's go. Okay. That was... Didn't really expect to win this game, but... okay. The fact that we managed to survive that super long line, it just makes me happy. But let's check it actually, see how the theory was. Okay. Probably this is also fine if I find knight g6, because like this is... sort of... Ooh, this is okay with king e7. What a strange move. Allowing d6 and king e6 and you're just like chilling. Crazy lines. Okay, opponent opens up with e4. Let's go for Caro Kann. And then see what they have in mind against it. Okay, looks like it's gonna be a Tartakower. And against knight g3 I find g6 to be the best counter. I have tried all of them, h5, e6. I played this a long time. But I find g6 to be the easiest way to deal with these lines, connected with bishop g4 ideas, and I go knight e7 and the key break will be with e5. So h3 we take, we go e5, and I always feel like black has very easy equality here. And yeah, maybe bishop e3 is now a move. I think can take, and bishop d5. Can maybe even met by c5 and bishop e3, knight e5. So against this I think we're quite happy to see because we can take on d4 and try to play against the isolated pawn. Against that, thought maybe there's knight e5. Could also start h6. Bishop h4. King knight e5, queen e2. Knight c4, queen c4, and just queen d5 maybe. Yeah, I think I like that. Has to trade queens, and then we still get to play against the isolated pawn, which might end up being pretty instructive. Yeah. And now he's gonna be winning back the pawn, but I think we're still gonna have slightly better position after this move. Queen d5 just taking back with a knight. Then rook e8. Bishop will constantly be having an eye on that pawn. I mean, he doesn't really have any other moves because this is under attack as well, so has to take and go CD, but just rook e8 is nice. He can't even play rook e1, I think, because we take and then take on d4 in that position. c4, that is like a really creative way to play this. I guess opponents simply hated to play with the isolated pawn, so he came up with this move, but just knight b6. Do not play knight b4 because oh, I offered draw accidentally. Wow, and the opponent declined. So I wanted to show on the board that do not go knight b4 because of bishop e7, and I offered draw by accident, and the opponent declined. Pretty funny. Hope he can't accept now. One move later, that would be hilarious. But he plays rook e1, and yeah, we're just like better. I mean, winning, but need to play some technical moves. Knight e7 looks good, rerouting the knight. And like knight e2. Worst case scenario c5, but he's not even threatening to take the pawn because we'll take on e1 and then the knight drops. So knight e4, but just rook e6, covering d6 square, stopping this and preparing to double up. I think we've got everything under control. We're up a free pawn. And let's see. b4, just gonna double up. I think we're winning a piece because f3 there's f5 and opponent simply couldn't keep it together this game. But that's just because we killed all of his play from the opening. We just got that nice counter with g6 and then the e5 break. Black has complete equality and white doesn't really have much room for creativity either. He's not that he can do much to deviate, and yeah, we're just getting really easy and straightforward play. Yeah, f3 but just f5 and collecting the knight on the next move. Come off the knight because this guy will drop, and that is pretty much resignation time. Opponent plays knight d6 with the idea that if I take, he takes on e8, but simply losing to rook e1. So he tried his sort of last bullet, right? Or maybe it wasn't last one. Maybe he still has some other tricks. Taking free pawn, playing d3. Bishop c3 next. Checkmate or d2. Okay, gonna be winning the knight as well. Okay, you can have my bishop. I don't mind. Okay, white pawn doesn't resign. This is strange. Found the stalemate trick. Sure. Alright, I guess we get to see the mate on the board. Gain the black pieces once again. Let's go for the Caro Kann. Getting into the exchange variation, and I'm gonna be showing you my favorite pet line. This is not amazing. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to meet bg4 with knight f3 simply. But I think this is... we have this interesting queen b6 move. It's a bit advanced stuff, but... okay, I think best move is knight c3 for white here if my memory is right, but that's a strange one. Like if he plays b3, we can just go knight c6, I think. That was the point. Like b3 do not take on d4 because bishop b5. But b3 just knight c6 and c3 bg4. I'm not sure that's so good, but I think that's how the line went. Okay, he goes bishop back to c1, but That doesn't make a lot of sense, because we'll get into the queen c7 lines and be up a tempo. So I could go knight c6, c3, bg4. And we're just up a tempo compared to normal stuff. f3, bishop d7, I think it's nice. Even though bishop h5 also doable. Goes queen a4, opponent getting creative. I think just going a6. He wants to go knight e2, knight f3, but that will have the closed bishop, so it's a bit of an improved version, because normally the bishop is sitting on f4 in these lines. So this is good news for us. Just bishop d6, not really afraid of this move. King castle. Now I think we just got a superb version, just queen c7, because the queen is not ideally placed on b6, and we want to prepare the minority attack, because that's the key plan in the Carlsbad structure. And another easy way to deal with this is just getting the bishop to g6, but I think that in these positions it's not a must, and just go a6 with b5. Really nice that we have good control over this square, so knight e5 is never a thing. Just preparing b5, and if queen d1 gets played, this is something he has to watch out for. So it would be clever for him to start h3, but maybe we can use bishop f5 idea, like something similar I think is given in Erwin Lamy's course. And then the double pawns are actually quite helpful, because we can play for knight e4. It's pretty big threat. Positional threat, I mean. Okay, opponent taking his time, and I think that's mainly because he's not familiar with his positions with the closed bishop. But on h3, as I said, like bishop f5 is pretty clever, because we can trade, and this is good structure with the double pawns, because we have very nice control over the center, and knight e4 will be really unpleasant for opponent. Just gonna go for it immediately. Still, bishop is not getting developed easily, so he's hitting this pawn. We can defend it with a tactical trick, because if he takes on d5, we want bishop h2. Okay, missed knight e3, but we can just do knight e7. Still keeping everything defended. Our main plan would actually be to expand with g5 at some point under good conditions. We'll need to have this one well defended though. Wouldn't be shocked if he plays something like king f1 to avoid the bishop h2 tricks. King f1, maybe play bishop f4. Okay, a4, but could do g5, could do bishop f4. f4 doesn't work because of knight d5. Could also defend the pawn with queen c6, not sure I want that. Maybe it's like a nice move to queen lift at some point. Kind of playing some caveman chess. I think just this will be the plan, and he goes for that, as I was mentioning. Wouldn't be shocked if he plays it, but just this I thought it's good. And on g3 maybe we have some like really nasty bishop takes on g3 ideas, and otherwise this is very annoying. Could also play like f6 in some lines, controlling e5 square, so no knight e5, trying to sack a pawn and get active. So you see that he's already going for it, but I think in just take, and he doesn't have enough play, because our queen will eventually infiltrate over to h2, and that's kind of decisive. And f3 I thought again there's like knight g3 check. Could also play queen h2 maybe and sacrifice. Knight g3 is simplest though. King f2, just f4. Okay, can we do just f4? He's gonna knight c2 only move. But just queen g5 or something. Need to be a bit careful with this. We've got this one in the pocket. Maybe just knight g6. Idea to bring the knight to like h4. Maybe play for attack. He also threatening to win the pawn on b7, but I don't think that's such a big issue here. Okay, I'll follow my gut. Just go knight g6. No calculation. Plays knight c2. Can we still do check? Like king f2, queen g3. I think that's kind of working, but he has king f1. as an alternative. Probably have to simply play queen c7, keep everything defended, and I'm up a pawn. Sometimes you just stick to simple chess. And f4, knight f5. Oh yes, bishop b6 ideas that we want to keep an eye on. Yeah, just this. Oh, I blundered the pawn. Jesus Christ. Trying to not blunder one thing and blunder the other. Can you guys relate? Holy smokes, what is this? This is not a total mess. This is not a total mess. I no longer understand anything from this position, if I ever did. Wow. Okay, take once. Takes with a knight maybe. Can't do rook d8 because of queen d5. Absolutely insane. I'm losing track of this game completely. He's got like such a solid position all of a sudden. This is just very strange. Rook e5. Gosh, he's attacking that pawn. Just rook d8. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm gonna lose this one. Even though I might still be doing well. The way it's been going, I don't know what to say. We've got an endgame though, which is nice. Defending the pawn. Maybe he's got knight c5 still. Okay, knight back. Try to support this guy. Could definitely trade. I'll let him take though. I'm up a pawn even though it's a double one. I think we should be doing well. Endgame should be completely winning. Oh, it's not checkmate. Jesus, when BM goes bad. Holy smokes. How many queens do I need to win this goddamn game? That was hilarious. Didn't expect that he'll hide. Almost got flagged there. That was so bad. Thanks a lot for making it this far into the video, and if you're looking for more content, make sure to check out some of the previous episodes from the same series.